when you actually participate and are the creator of that experience and are contributor of that experience, you will remember more. When you all come together, the bigger dream is possible. Do you agree? Great. Now, revenue, numbers, that's only possible when we continue with this energy and we carry this in ourselves and also give this to the team members when you go back. And you were able to create magic. You know why? Because you wanted to create magic without worrying about what the world would think or how the result is going. This guy on the right decides that I'm going to take everyone in my restaurant, in my kitchen, and we are going to visit the number one in the field. 50th, thinking about being number one. Very impractical kind of thought. So they end up going there. They visit the restaurant and they go through a great experience, and he starts asking team members, what do you see? What do you observe? They're like, oh, the glass is beautiful. Oh, the kerchief is done so well. Oh, the tablecloth is so smooth. And he's like, I don't want to listen to the good. I want to hear about what have they not done right. The beauty of being in a market where you have a lot of growth opportunity, especially if there are people who are leading ahead of you, is that you have the chance to look up and punch up the opportunity that's there in the market. Because it's a proof, right, that there is opportunity in the market. We'll have to be tactical and strategic towards it. So they started observing, same dinner, they started observing the way they would serve beer was different than the way they would serve champagne. The way they would treat someone who would consume champagne versus beer. Champagne was like, sir, leji piye. Beer was like, ele pee kar pe ja. And they were observing that. Are beer wale ko alag baat kar, champagne wale ko alag. Are okay. So they observed 3 such things and they doubled down on it. They said, you know what? Once we go back tomorrow, we will find this gap, this opportunity, and double down on it. And they kept on doing that. They looked at the opportunities that was left for access to everybody. No one saw it because we are busy with life. And that's how they ranked in 7 years, all the way from 50 to number 1 in the world. It is possible when we all collectively do this together with one clear intent of wanting to go all the way up. When there is opportunities in the market, let's access and win. Would you agree? You sell an engineering product, a product which is creates there. It's not a service, it's a product. Engineering products can have gaps, they can have challenges. Even the best in the world might have challenges and gaps. Now what happens is, because you are facing the customer, you would want to have a seamless experience, but sometimes things might not go as you expect it to be. So as you're out there, you are the ears, the eyes of the organization, you are the extended team of the organization, because as a whole, we have one goal together. So this is a skier's phenomena. So when you ski, when you become good, and when you start going through different terrains, they tell you to focus not on the trees, but on the path. Now when I read it for the first time, I said, "Ye bahut philosophical. It makes no sense." But interestingly, a brain is designed in a way that if you focus on the path, it finds the path. If you focus on the challenges, it finds the challenges. So you have 2 options. Either focus on one of these, or you look at the challenges, but you focus on the path as to how do you move ahead in time. All of you are definitely at some point of time might face challenge with the product that you're delivering, service, but you'll have to have a regular feedback loop to come back and help us grow, develop better so that we can approach the market in a more robust and systematic fashion. Would you agree? Yes. And this, by the way, is also the responsibility of your team members who represent you. Yeah? So the goal is to have the mindset and the muscle memory of finding the path, because if you look at the trees, you end up hitting the tree. If you look at the path, you end up finding the path. And it's interesting, statistically, this is really, really true. So look for the gaps and not for the trees, always for the gap. Gap for the opportunity to grow, gap for the opportunity to make this market a better space, gap for the opportunity for the product to be better, service to be better, because as you mentioned, delivery and service as well, we are good at both. We all work in different spectrums. We all work in the same market, but we occupy different spaces, different levels in the market, right? Now, in any tactical and solid war, all 3 armed forces work together. For you to grow as an organization, you'll also have to be really tactical in the sense If you're Air Force, then you are watching a different spectrum altogether. If you're on the ground, you're Army, you have a different look altogether. If you are Navy, you have a different ideology altogether, different spectrum altogether, different reach altogether. But when all three forces, in the sense, your vision, the way you look at the market, your observations, when they all come together, then you can actually grow your territory. Even if it is an inch, it's an inch. Right? When countries are at war, even an inch is an inch. It matters because they do everything that they can to occupy that. All right? That's exactly how we would want to grow. From a revenue standpoint, it's a beautiful way. Remember this image where you would see all three armed forces coming together, doing their best. These are your eyes, your ears, the intelligence that you have from your team members. You will have to work as a unit and constantly give that information. Over communication is useful. It is exhausting sometimes, but when you want to grow, that's the best thing that you can do. Tactically, it's a great thing to do. All right, do you agree with this? Question to everybody. There is always this one person in the corner yelling. Who's that person? Sorry? Exactly. So we will have to be each other's coach. Constantly watching each other, the way we move in the market, straight from the way we deal to the customer, the way the entire process is. If we can't yell and try to fix the areas of opportunities, they will be there. Possibly someone will recognize it a little later, but when you have a larger competition in front of you, they will see it better because possibly they're already doing it, and that's why they have the opportunity of being ahead, right? So it is important that we yell, fix it, and win it together. It's only when you yell and say, you know what, this is happening. This is an opportunity. Let's do this. Let's work on this together. The excitement has to say. Have you ever seen a coach in the corner saying, "Ha, please patak de usko, please. Please patak de, mere ko ghar pe jaane ka hai. Birthday hai, bachche ka birthday." Never gonna happen. You'll always see an excited coach like, go ahead, kill him. You will see that energy. That's exactly what we would want. Of course, practically, you're not gonna do and call someone and say, hello, good morning. Go ahead, kill him. Not gonna do that. But you will have to have the same vigor. Yeah, the same energy consistently. Now, if you're not each other's eyes out there, then we have limited number of eyeballs on the field. The more intelligence we have, the better. Better tactical decisions, better revenue opportunities, better opportunities left by the ones who are leading. If you all constantly keep an eye, you can achieve it. And interestingly, all this we're talking about is all revenue, all numbers. But the funny thing about numbers is it adds up only when these actions are done in a very systematic fashion and you don't give up on it. It is tiring, but that's what you need when you want to grow, when you want to have a bigger territory, when you want to win together as a huge unit, which you did here, of course, in a competitive way. Some of you were struggling on stage, but that did not mean that you gave up and start walking. Sorry, mere se nahi ho raha hai. Thank you so much. Okay. Did that happen? Did anyone quit here? No one. There were people here on this stage, they were like, why am I here? Main kyun baja raha hu? Please mere ko jaan. But they continued playing. There were people, how many of you got on stage and performed for the first time in life? Raise your hand. Good number of you. First time in life, you went all at it. So we will have to be at it, and that's how we achieve numbers. And this is the energy, this is a thought I would want you to carry.
This is a completely energy-filled session. The whole session consists of 3 parts, which we really liked it. This has bring in a very good synergy in terms of planning. We really would like to recommend this kind of activity, being into sales or business.
When I googled his profile and his all the experience, everything, we were very confident that he will add value to our dealers meet.
The event was very energetic. It was a new experience. We did new things and we performed a task with all the instructions. It was very clear, and I think this will actually motivate the team to work together, and this event should be again done in Greece.
We enjoyed today's session. In very short time, we learn and perform on the stage. We learn teamwork, and if in few minutes we learn and achieve this, so I feel कि we achieve our next year's target goal also.
जीवन में प्रारंभ करना बड़ा कठिन होता है, लेकिन हमने जब प्रारंभ कर दिया है तो उसको अंतिम लक्ष्य की ओर बढ़ना हमारा दायित्व बन जाता है. जब हमारे कोच ने जब प्रारंभ कराया था, हमने उसको सीखा, एग्जीक्यूट करा, और हम उसको इम्प्लीमेंट कैसे कर सकते हैं मार्केट में, उस चीज़ को हमें अपने इनपुट्स दे के उस सेल्स को आगे बढ़ाना, उस प्रोसेस को और फ्लो में बनाना है. ये हमारा लक्ष्य होना चाहिए.